Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today at the North American Bear Center. Right now we are starting our 4 o'clock enrichment, where we feed our bears their dinner. I'd like to thank our visitors for joining us today, and also our online viewers watching the pond cam right now. As you can see down below by our pat tree, our intern Erica just gave our bear Honey her dinner tonight. So Honey is out by the pat tree. She just sat down and is starting to eat her food, is looking around. She can hear the other interns calling the bears, but she's happily eating her own food. Right now it looks like she has a dinner of some romaine lettuce, some peanuts, looks like she's got some fruit in there, and our other interns, Andy and Cassie, are trying to call down our other 2 bears that are out in the big enclosure right now, Holly and Lucky. So, a little bit about Honey Bear. Honey, along with Ted, was born and raised in captivity. Honey is our oldest bear at 19 years of age. She is what we call a cinnamon phase black bear, and that is because of the brownish color coat that you see on her. Well, she looks like she's brown, and some people may think she's a brown bear, but no, she is actually a black bear. Black bears do have some different color phases that they can be, varying from this cinnamon phase that Honey displays nicely for us. Also, they can be blonde or have the regular black coat that we're used to, or even sometimes a grayish coat. So, she is our 19-year-old female here. She was raised in captivity with Ted by a family who legally owned her. She had a year to herself with the family before they got Ted. Her and Ted are not related in any way, but they were legally raised by this family. Due to some changes with the family's insurance, they had to choose between the bears or a family business that they had. So in 2007, roughly around the time that we opened our doors, a little afterwards, one of the people that was working on our bear center enclosures and was also working on a project in the Wisconsin area told the family that he knew of a place that they could take their bears to. So Honey and Ted arrived here in late spring of 2007. They've been here ever since, and this is their home now. Honey is a very solitary black bear, much like wild black bears. She doesn't like to be around the other bears very much and likes at least 30 feet between herself and another bear. She has treed Holly before, and this is largely due to the territorial nature of female black bears in the wild. Female black bears do have their own territory that they raise their cubs in, and for that reason they defend it very much from other female bears, and that is because once their cubs grow up, she will portion off some of her own land to provide for her other female cubs. So this has been Honey's home for a long time, and for that reason, sometimes she doesn't like if Holly gets too close to her. Our interns are still trying to call Holly and Lucky down for their dinners. Hopefully they'll show up, but one of the reasons why they may not be coming down could be that they are playing together. Though it's unusual for a 2-year-old, Holly, and for an 8-year-old like Lucky to be playmates. This is something unusual that wouldn't normally take place in the wild. But because they're in this enclosure and live together and have a good amount of food, they've been able to form a great friendship and have become great playmates. So they could be off playing in the woods. And very recently we have discovered that our bear Holly is in estrus, and this could be another reason why they're not down here right now. Mating in the black bear world is matriarchal, so it is the female's choice. She will choose who she wants to mate with and whether she mates with them or not. And we just discovered recently that Holly is indeed in estrus, and it appears that she has chosen Lucky and Lucky has chosen her. So not only have they been playmates for the past year and a half that Holly has been here, now they've been spending a lot of time together for other reasons as well. Holly came to us on December 27th of 2013. She was named after the holly berry because of the holiday season, and so she became Holly Bear. And Lucky had come to us in July of 2007. Both of them were raised in the wild, although they were cubs when they were taken out of the wild. Lucky came to us in 2007. He was about 6 months old at the time, and the Wisconsin DNR had picked him up, and he was deemed unfit to be returned to the wild. So he needed to find a home, otherwise he may have been euthanized. So for that reason, we gladly took him in. We were lucky to have him, and he was very lucky to come here, and now this is his forever home. Holly's story is a little different. She was separated from her mother in a forest fire. By the time she came to us, she was about 11 months old, and so a family had picked her up after the wildfire and tried to raise her for a while, but Holly was taken away. Since that family did not have the correct permits and licenses to raise her, we do not encourage anyone to try to pick up an orphan cub because, one, they could actually have their mother nearby. Sometimes the mother will leave them nearby and go looking for food, or will put them up a tree and will wander away for a little bit. So we do not encourage that to happen in case that cub actually is not orphaned. Also, you can't just take a wild black bear out of the wild and try to raise it, so we do discourage that from happening. This is what happened with Holly, and she was taken away by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and was taken to the Appalachian Bear Rescue in Tennessee, where she was also deemed unfit to return to the wild. So it was December 27th of 2013 when she came here, and this also is now her forever home. She was our first bear here at the center to dig her own den, which she did this past winter. She dug her own den at the end of the enclosure. And so being that Lucky and Holly were raised in the wild for a while, they do have some wild antics, such as Holly building her own den and the two of them foraging the most. We do have wild plants within the enclosure that our bears would eat in the wild and are able to eat here inside this enclosure. Some of those are wild grasses and different types of berries that will start getting ripe soon. So they do have food that we give for them, but we also have wild food for them to forage on themselves. It seems that Honey has finished her dinner and has wandered away. She may be back in her den by the window, or she has walked further towards the mound by the food shed. And the other interns are still working on getting Lucky and Holly down for their dinner. We'll see if they decide to join us tonight, but black bears do have a mind of their own. Though our bears do know their names and are very smart, for that reason they do know when we're calling them. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll decide to come down. So hopefully they'll make an appearance, but we'll just have to wait and see. So currently, right now, we are working on expanding our facilities. We are currently working on our Northwoods Ecology Hall, which is under construction as we speak. It will be opening on July 18th, and inside there we will be exhibiting some of the animals that you would be able to see in the Northwoods. We have some taxidermy animals that you would be able to see, and we have people working on those. And we are also working on setting up some terrariums, which myself and some of the other interns have been working on as well. We're working on setting up the terrariums to have one with painted turtles for viewers to see. One of the terrariums will have common garter snakes and red belly snakes. And the other terrarium will be a frog terrarium. And that will have chorus frogs, spring peepers, and a third one. Gray tree frogs are the third one. I had to think about it for a second. So those are being worked on right now, and we also have a nice exhibit that will be showcasing some of the animals throughout the season. So that'll be definitely something to tune into and check out. A reminder to our lily pad fans, the lily pad picnic is coming up shortly. It will be the weekend of July 17th. So start booking your hotels if you're planning on coming up, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys. And I would like to let everybody know that if you are looking for finding other ways to view wildlife, head to the other side of town and check out the International Wolf Center. There they have 5 ambassador wolves with 4 that visitors can see. They have 1 retired named Grizzer, and the other 4 you can see if you're there during the day. Those ones are Bolts, Luna, Denali, and Aiden. So that's a great way for visitors in the area to see some more wildlife besides at our center. And one other thing, we do have a membership here at the North American Bear Center. We have different types of memberships. There's student memberships, family memberships, individual memberships, and membership for grandparents. So if you're interested in those, check those out. You can receive more information about those at bear.org or at the front desk if you're visiting in person. With a membership here at the Bear Center, you will have free admission for a whole year after you purchase your membership. And in addition to that, you will receive 10% off of merchandise in-store and online. As of recently, we have a special offer going on. If you buy a new membership, you'll receive a free gift with that membership. You have a choice. With that new free gift, you can either choose to receive the Bear Walker of the North Woods movie, which is one of Dr. Rogers' research movies with the BBC, or you can choose to receive a flash drive book of Lily and Hope's life together. Now, this is a book that is comprised of 5 separate books that were made previously, chronicling the lives of Lily and Hope, our previous research bears. With a value, you would get this free, but if you'd like to purchase this on your own, the value that we're offering is $19.95, so that's the price that you get for those. And that's a great price compared to what you would pay for all 5 books separately and hardcover. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. Thank you again for joining us here today at the North American Bear Center. Perhaps Lucky and Holly will come down shortly, but I would like to thank everyone again for tuning into this enrichment program and for stopping by to take part in it. We do have enrichments every day at 11, 1, and 4, so feel free to tune in online if you would like to check back in and you're not able to come in. That's a great way to keep up with our bears and see what they're up to. Thank you again, and have a great day.